Hello and welcome everyone to the first of my Let's Play series. My name is Brian and I'll be leading you into a game called Gnomoria. It's based on the Dwarf Fortress game with graphics so you can understand what's going on without having to do lots of memorization. It's still in beta, so features are being added and it occasionally crashes, but I've had a lot of fun with it so far. So I want to share my experience and teach you all how to play. And it can be currently found on Steam. Let's see here. It's a good random name. The Smoking, that sounds fun. Let's go large, have something to play with. I have been playing on easy, as I suggest you do for the first playthrough. So I'll do that. Let's go to advanced here. The Kingdom Center has to do with where your guys start from. General plottiness. The enemies do increase based on your wealth. This will do it time as well, so it's best to leave those off. No need to turn off all the fun things. More just little sliders for enemy strength, attack rate, attack size, just to make things easier. You can see adjust the sliders normally. Definitely good. Let's try a number 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0. So if you want to play on my kingdom, this is the seed we're going to be using. Otherwise I'll leave everything as is for default. You can also adjust these for uses. Sometimes it makes it better for farming, but easier for defense. Sometimes you want just to dig down and build up on a big flat plain. Sometimes you really want to play with that mountain. And you can preview the map if you're really trying to play with it, but we'll just hop right into it. The goal of this series will be to teach you how to play the game, some tips and tricks I've learned. Let's see. Okay, here we are. Zoom out a little bit and take a stock of our surroundings. You cannot do more of a zoomed out view, unfortunately. Let's see, we have a lot of water down there, which is good. Flat terrain. Mountain over there. Mountain over here. Little canyon. Very big mountain. Then a smaller one here. Intriguing. Potential of maybe building something in here. Though it does connect pretty quickly. Very good. Okay. Use period and period and comma to rotate. You can see here there are apple bushes, apple trees, orange trees, cotton bushes, strawberries. So we've got a good variety of stuff. These are the birch trees, those are good, the higher value than the spruce. And you can also cut down all the other trees, of course, for resources later. So what I like to do when I do this is kind of visualize where my defensive lines would be. Because that's one reason I don't like building it here, because the enemies could spawn at any point on the edges. So you always want to leave a little bit of room. Although I heard that if you turn off light, if you keep it lit, they won't spawn, but I'd rather not question it. So this makes a natural break right here. And a lot of times we're just making a little bit of a wall, and then removing all the ramps helps a lot. And nice water down there. So yeah, this seems like a good place to start. So what we want to do first is, that top seems like a good spot. We'll designate some jobs. So let's see, how far out do you want to dig in? Do you want to do all the way down there and have a landing? So you want to scroll down to your spot? It seems like a good thing. 2 in. And there we go, we're dug in. You do want to give yourself a bit of a hallway, so if you want to mount defenses there later, you can. It seems like a good spot to get going. Make an initial area. Dig in. Right now it's on paused, so it'll be good. Let's see if our gnomes. It's a female. You can see their skills, the professions here. So she's a stone worker, which means she'll mine. She does good construction, I'll give her that. What I like to do whenever I get a new person is look and see if their doctor ratings are good. Along with anything else. Because sometimes it's worth giving them another job. Just in case they have good skills. See him, he'll be Anthony. You see here he is wood cutting, stone carving. So he's definitely a carpenter. Oh, animal husbandry, he's good for ranching too. And all the important medic. On here you'll see the priority, so when they become idle, they'll look for the next job down on the list. I like to push hospital all the way to the top, just in case when someone's injured, they'll heal them, if the resources are available. These are 2 builders, which means they just build and haul. Agriculture and ranchers are always good to have more of. And a lot of times as you go through it, you can diversify a little bit with your people, what they do. That'll be Julie. And this is a rancher, another female. This will be a Katie. He has quite a few skills, leatherworking. It's a high pottery skill down there too. And he's a good doctor. This will be a busy gnome, a very busy gnome. And this is another female. That'll be Jessie. Let's see here, what skills do they have? Oh, they're a good farmer too. And leatherworking and prospecting. Prospecting won't come into the game later, but it's good to know. Let's see, those 2 are taken care of. Ah, here we are. This will be myself. So I can die a horrible, horrible death at some point. Now, something to keep in mind with this is, actually I'll turn them off, I don't need too many miners. That the wealth of your kingdom is everything within the map. You can make a great hall, you can make something called a great hall, which is basically a big dining hall, and that will greatly count towards your overall wealth, and that heavily factors into gnomes showing up, because your gnomes will not breed fast enough to have kids. That's another good spot. Awesome. So the wealth also attracts enemies. So knowing how much wealth you have is a bit of an issue too. Another female. And this one, Liz. woodcutter, nice. And everyone will level up as they go. Another good rancher. And also, you can designate the ranch lands, as we'll use these plains down here for. We'll clear cut and put some establishment farms and ranches. But the ranch itself, finish this first. But ranches often is where the goblins especially will attack first, because they're after your cattle, because they taste good. And this will be Brad. Oh, he is a cloth worker and agriculture. In case Brad lives to the point where we have prospecting, we'll turn that on. Oh, he'll be good for metal too. Okay. I think we're at a good spot. What I want to do here is we're going to go to agriculture, where all the fun stuff is. We're going to forage. Now, that'll get all the berries, all the cotton. And then we're also going to go to agriculture and cut clippings. And what that's going to do is we're going to basically get some branch clippings from these trees so we can plant more later. But I want to clear this area on top off to build a pasture. So we'll start that. Excellent. When the game auto saves, it'll pause it, and it'll also pause when monsters show up. So that's something always good. Excellent. They're doing their thing. Miners have done their thing. Now, one important thing is to look tidy, and also so your people can find the stuff they're looking for. So you can go to designated area, and that gives you lots of options. The one we want right now is stockpile. We'll go to stockpile, and we will click on goods. So I want soil and stone here. Now give them a place to clear out. Oh, bauxite. Alright. Everything will be red. Now most games have all the minerals in them at some point, unless it's on like a small map. Usually they seem to randomize the level. Oh, and this one has coal. You see the black dots right there. Or rather the vein striping. And you can see the idle gnomes, because they've done everything else, are left down to just hauling stuff out. The other thing you can do is clean the terrain. A lot of times you're just waiting for them to clear out. So if they're doing their thing, you'll also add to this stockpile pile goods. Plant. And body parts are for when things get morbid and we need a graveyard. Or a goblin. Goblin burial grounds. Okay. We have yaks. Yaks are a good source of milk, so we can make cheese. And right now we're going to go and fell these trees. Get some wood. Wood's very useful. of stuff doesn't stack too well. So we'll put it over here. Let's pause it for a second. Let's see here. What do we want to make this area? Now it's nice to put your workshops near the front so the raw meat sources coming in can be useful for stuff. And also keeping the resources nearby helps a lot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this a large hall. There we go. Even stuff up from ADD a little bit, and you can also go cancel job. And there we are. And don't be afraid to rotate too, to get that nice effect you want. A little too much. There we go. This is a good spot. Now, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, good. Each workspace is a 3x3 rectangle, and that coal will be very useful soon too. All splendid. Everything's going good up here. Lights coming in. And what we want to do here is first remove floors. No. Remove floor. There we are. There we are. Don't need to remove those yet. Clear. You can see removing the floors. Obviously not big enough area. In storage, we'll put, we have crates here. So we'll do 3 crates. Might as well put our 2 barrels there as well. And then finally, put it back down there too. Most of this stuff gets put in the bags anyways. So you'll see everyone's fallen asleep. Now, later on when you can make bedrooms, they'll sleep a lot shorter time, depending on how much items are in the bedroom that are worth money. So having a room, their personal space worth a lot of money, helps a lot with them being well rested for a short period of time. And I think along the back wall we'll put all our workshops, and then this will be a big storage area in the center here. And hold everything. Some items are crate only, some are barrel only. Barrels are liquids, and the bags are for more of like organic things usually. Clippings, seeds, stuff of that ilk. So look at themselves organized. And as you see yellow, that means it's a job they're currently working on. I mean, planned. If we go down to seeing greens, they're just milling about. Those lazy gnomes. Let's see. Sometimes it's going to cancel jobs. Stockpile area just must not be big enough. There we go. Now some items in the game will stack well. As you can see here, their pile can go up to 64. The seeds and birch clippings are single only, which are no fun. What I think I'll do over here is we'll forage, and then we'll cut these trees down, and I'll turn this area into a farm. We're going to need a lot of wheat to help feed our cattle. So move this ramp too. So as while that's going on, see, this is all nice in here. You see the green where they're going to be building things. I want to build 2 crude workbenches to start with, because these are like the cornerstone pieces. I'll put them over here separately. They're very simple. And then we'll get put all our wood stuff over on this side. Workshop, wood, carpenter. Now they can walk through these, so you can stack them all right next to each other if you want efficiency. And a wood carver. And right now there's no current way to rotate things. And all you need for these is have a tree chopped down and to mine something stone related. So as long as it's not dirt or clay, you'll be fine. Let's see. Oh, okay, that's got cleared off. We'll mine these. And we'll also remove ramp. This one. Everything's going well. We will clean up this area later. First we'll clear up this floor, and then we'll put our first pasture down there. We might turn this into a grove, and this is kind of a natural grove, so we use that too. We can have another pasture or 2 over there. Maybe a farm. Excellent. So let's go to designate area, pasture. Now when you designate an area, if there's land that can't be used, it'll just be redded out. Also, you can't build it on different layers, so it all has to be the same spot. Now you can see that I accidentally cut out some of the ground. So go to floor, soil, dirt. There's also a lot of other choices here too, for when you want to make things look pretty and add value to the ground. Now, you see if I was too high up, you can build it way up there. I want to build it right there. So they'll get to that eventually. Now the reason those yaks are wandering off is because they're hungry. They'll come down in here and eat. And then they'll wander back up. So what I'm going to try to do is build furniture, and there should be a trough. Here we are, trough. So you have a choice of what to build it on. So I'll put 2 troughs there. And you see that as areas get cleared and the grass grows back, you can replace it. Now, if you start in an area that's already designated and you drag it elsewhere, it will become part of that designated area. So sometimes it's better to do, if you're going to have multiple different areas in a corner, inward is the best way to go. So that way you don't accidentally do something wrong and just make one big area instead of having differentiated ones. Well, this was a good start. They'll get to that soon. Let's get a farm going though. Go here to there. And we want to do wheat. Now, right here you can see the priorities. This is just strictly for naming purposes. For those who like to have things organized, the priorities is go down or up. And this is so if someone's doing an agricultural job and this is priority 1, this is the one they'll do first. Otherwise, it's usually a first come first served basis. A merchant has arrived. Splendid. And he'll walk right back out. Huh? You gonna come in? As the game progresses, you can build merchant stalls. So you can trade with merchants to get items you want. Unfortunately, I think he's a bit of a waste right now, as we do not have things to trade with him. Unfortunately. Let's see here. Oh, look, they've already produced the milk. How convenient. A lot of milk, actually. Now, right now there's a bug, so yaks will always be exhausted. Don't worry about that if you see it and you're concerned. The second thing is, they will reproduce. A male will reproduce with 1 female every night. And 7 days later, there's a new yak. So that is important. You definitely want to reproduce them as quick as you can. Also, for security reasons, it is wise to remove ramps if it's not fenced in. Just so you can control who gets in there. Like I want just the front part accessible. So when people do come in to invade, they have a little bit more line to go into. So the first farm is going down, which is good. I think a good second farm could be down here. You can fell some trees here. And we'll go to farm. And we will do strawberries. Strawberries are a good food source. And then finally we need to do a cotton farm. Cotton is very important because we use a lot of it for bandages. And you'll run through a lot of bandages once the raids become frequent. Let's go to farm again. We'll do this one so far. We'll do cotton. Now after that's picked, we can see we can go over here. We'll forge this. Okay, splendid. Actually, I'm gonna do a quick fix here. I'm gonna mine out this area and I'm gonna turn this into a dormitory area. Just so until we get them bedrooms, they can have somewhere to sleep and sleep a little quicker. Let's check on our yaks. They are doing nicely. Oh, splendid. Anyways, I think this is a good spot to stop. And let's go over a quick review of what we did. Step 1, we set up 3 different little farms. 2, we have a general collection area for all our junk. We will reorganize this later once we get designated areas out, but for now it's for places for things to go. Most importantly, we got our yak pasture up, which is good. Now down at level 4, we have our starting of our beginning. We have our beginnings of our industry. We have our workbench going. All 3 are pre-made. Once you make something, the previous spots will construct it as they can. Now, something to show you importantly about the work. I'll go into workbenches on the next thing. Lastly, we will clear a floor. And we will designate area, stockpiles. We will do goods, planks, workbenches. We'll do all these fun things. Actually, we'll do everything but logs. We'll turn off logs. Coal is a good one to put in there. And then we can turn on crafts, furniture, tools. And I think that'll cover the first few things we'll come across. Oh, we'll include every stone piece except for raw. And then cloth things. So for fibers. So these will be all the manufactured things. We'll just go right there. You can see he's taking the seeds from the pile, adding them to it. And the troughs will be built once they're available too. Excellent. So far things are good. Well, we'll stop here and we will resume shortly.